Does anyone know what brass instruments are?
You know, who'll know? Tell us, Mr. Audio.
As opposed to strings, percussion, and woodwinds, brass are a family of musical instruments that were originally made of brass, but can be made from other metals and even fiberglass, wood, and organic material. They produce sound by a sympathetic vibration which causes the air in the tubing to resonate in sympathy with the vibration of the player's lips. Most brass instruments have valves that lengthen the air column to change the resonance and therefore change the pitch of the note. Some brass instruments, like a trombone, have a slide to do this. However, there are valve trombones as well. Brass instruments have either 7 slide positions or 7 valve combinations that can vary the pitch by a tritone, which is the interval of 3 whole steps or exactly half an octave. The first valve lowers the pitch a whole step, the second valve lowers the pitch a half step, the third valve lowers the pitch a step and a half. A few brass instruments have a 4th valve that's a 1-3 combination. The length of the 4th valve slide can be preset to play some of the lower notes more in tune. Some brass instruments, like bass trombones, have a trigger valve to lower the pitch, and some tubas may even have up to 6 valves. The bells on brass instruments are conical, meaning that the bore diameter is constantly increasing. However, the percentage of the remaining tubing that's a constant diameter or cylindrical affects the timbre. Instruments with a greater amount of cylindrical tubing have a brighter tone. That's why a trumpet is brighter than a cornet and a cornet is brighter than a flugelhorn. Brass instruments can also be classified as either whole or half tube. Whole tube instruments, like a tuba, have a large diameter tube in relation to the tube length. They can actually play the fundamental, the lowest note in each overtone series. Half-tube instruments, like a trumpet, can only play the second harmonic, the octave of the fundamental, as the lowest note in each overtone series. More often, with half-tube instruments, the third harmonic, an octave and a fifth above the fundamental, is the lowest note that can be played without some difficulty. In fact, the third through the sixth harmonics are the easily played overtones and are the notes used in all bugle calls.
Thanks, Mr. Audio.
For more interesting facts about sound, visit Mr. Audio at soundimages.com.